guys, welcome to the channel. Second show. And I figured we'd celebrate for the second show and come up with something even better. Today's episode is, if you ever heard of an Indiana pork tenderloin, then you know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, I'm going to show you how to make a real Indiana pork tenderloin. And it's better than going out to eat, because around here there's nobody selling Indiana pork tenderloins the right way. So I'm going to get right at it. And well, first off, we got this pork loin here, and it was $17.44. I know I can get probably 10 out of it, so, but we'll get to it here. You want to cut them about an inch thick, half inch thick, whatever. The bigger you cut them, usually on the end it's kind of, yeah, the thicker you cut them, the bigger the tenderloin is, okay? See here? That's about what you want right there. And my knives ain't the sharpest. But that is what we're looking at. I'm going to cut a couple here, because I'm not going to put you through the whole pounding mess we do here. But I will like for you to see a couple of them. What you need to find, if you don't have one, is a big hammer. I found that one at a flea market up in Michigan. And I'm sure it's like antique. And I sterilized it and all that, and went a little too far with it and wound up putting it in the heat to make sure it's sterilized, and it cracked, but it still works. Anyway, it's going to get noisy. We put wax paper bottom and top, that way you're not actually touching the meat with the hammer. You can actually, you can see the meat coming around, because if you beat too long in one place, you're gonna make it too thin. Now granted, you want it real thin. Usually I'll get the loin from Sam's, because they have one about that long, and I can get 20 out of it, no problem. But you know, the days of cooking 20 is gone. So, okay, that's how thin you want her to look. You want that baby thin. See how nice and thin that piece of pork is? That is nice. Now over here we have the egg mixture, which is just egg and a little bit of milk, and we put them in there like that, and we just keep adding layer after layer. Let me do another one real quick, and then what we'll have to do is, you know, you get the gist of it. See a little bit, and you start getting bigger and bigger. Just keep working it around. I only know of one place I can get a tenderloin that looks like this, and it's 50 miles away from me. Up in Indiana, where I'm from, you can get a tenderloin just about anywhere. Gas station, bar, butcher shop. The butcher shop will, a lot of them will cut them and pound them out like that for you. And then, you know, all you gotta do is go home and cook it. But when you want something good, you kind of gotta do it yourself, you know? But anyway, on this part of the video, it's just 2 ingredients: a hammer and a piece of meat, and maybe some of that, and get it in that. And then it has to sit for 24 hours. We cover it up with this over that, and then we put it in the fridge for 24 hours, and then we bring it out tomorrow, and we'll bread it and we'll fry it, and you ain't had it. It'll make you slap yourself. That's that good. So we'll see it tomorrow. Okay, we're back. It's been 24 hours. The meat and the egg stuff. Anyway, we made the breading. It's 2 to 1 pretty much is the mixture. I use 2 cups all-purpose flour to 1 cup cornmeal. Give it a a little bit of a stir, and then I'll just pour it in here. And we'll probably need to make a new batch after a little while, because we got 10 of these to do. We're not going to make you guys sit through all 10, but okay. Alright, we'll be able to see, I think. Anyway, we'll start off with the little end pieces just to check the waters. Just do them up like that. I don't know if this is hot. Oh, yeah. Okay, we'll do some more. Big one. Anyway, we're making headway on it. Have to cut tape because it would just be too boring to watch everyone get fried when I'm doing 10 of them. But anyway, the price is only going to be like $1, $1.50 a sandwich. I got that loin, which you've seen it before we cut it. Got 10 of them out of it, plus a little bit of pieces, which is always good. And then you got your condiments, lettuce and tomato and onion. Most of that stuff you already have in the fridge if you're like us. Didn't hardly use any flour. Anyway, we figured it's like $1.50. Anyway, there'll be a little side note on there for the measurements for the stuff. It's 2 to 1. 2 to 1. That's what it was. 2 to 1. 2 cups of flour to 1 cup of cornmeal. Anyway, we'll get back to breading some more of these. We got a bunch of them. That's how big they turn out. I mean, it's as big as a plate. That's the Indiana Tenderloin. Real thin and big as a plate. But we got into the big ones now, so we're going to have to do one at a time. So it takes even longer. When I do like 20, I do a deep fryer outside. It's a little bit not as bad, you know. I mean, you won't smell up your house that way. You know how it is when you fry food. Anyway, there's one ready to go. We'll do another one. With that monster there. It's gonna be a sandwich. You're probably wondering how can that be a sandwich? Well, we'll show you. We are gonna make it on a sandwich. So. We found one place that was selling pork tenderloins like this, but they wasn't doing it on a sandwich. And that was over towards the MacDill Air Force Base, a little restaurant there. Good food, nice people. Yeah, and we were in there because we was working right down the road there, and we went in there and I told him, I said, hey, I want that tenderloin, but can you put it on a sandwich and put lettuce and tomato and onion on it? And they go, really? I said, yeah. And they brought it out, and then the rest of the day, everybody was ordering them things. The manager, he made it a special the next day. We went back in there, because he came over and looked at it, and he said, wow, that's good. Never thought of that. He didn't hang around Indiana much because that's the way they come. Around other parts, you have a hard time finding something like that. So, anyway, let me clean up a little bit and flip that one out. Flip it over. You do need your sink pretty close to your skillet. Hands just here. Okay. Oh yeah, I got to flip it. Look at that baby. Oh man, that's the way they do it. Awesome. Right there. And what we do is, it usually comes, you do whatever you want with it, but when you order one at a restaurant, it'll come with lettuce, tomato, and onion. Some people like a pickle on it. For some reason, pork goes all right with pickles. I don't know. If this was mine, I'd put ketchup on it too. But this is the way. Now this is a small one. That's a small one right there. Alright guys, we got a couple of them made up here. I wanted you to take a look at them. They are beautiful. They are super good. It's up to you how you get it in your belly. But this is the way an Indiana pork tenderloin is supposed to look. It's definitely the way it's supposed to taste. It comes out to like, what do we figure, about $1.50 a sandwich. We got a few more to go. I might make you sit through it. You got the gist of it. But when you get one of them loaves, say you got 3 people in your household and you're only going to eat one each, so you only need 3 cuts of meat, you might as well refreeze it or cut them all at one time and then freeze them all but 3 and then pound them out, and you could get your mileage a lot further on meals on that way. But around here, however big a loin is, it gets eaten. So they're that good. So anyway, I just wanted to enlighten everyone that don't know what a Indiana pork tenderloin is. So please like and subscribe. It helps me so much getting the channel going good. And I want to keep doing this for everyone. We got some other videos coming up that's really not cooking, and we're going to get them out to you. Cliff's Farm. And anyway, love everybody. So we'll see you next time.
Oh baby girl,